welcome in to the Rob and Kale Show. I'm Rob Sanders, coming to you from Columbia, South Carolina. I'm going to call it parts unknown because it doesn't look like he is in the.
It's the goddamn beach. It's not parts unknown.
I like calling
Not
it
in
parts
Tanzania,
unknown,
you
sir.
damn
And I want
moron.
you to come out on this show like you are fucking Chainsaw Charlie. I want you to put some pantyhose on your forehead. No one will know who the fuck you are. It'll be from parts unknown. That's where you're from. Why
We're not
can't you
doing
never
that.
fucking humor me at all, Jackpot? I want you to be a heel, goddammit. Anyway, welcome to the Rob and Kale Show. There's my podcast partner, Mr. Carolina Jackpot. How are you on vacation, sir?
I'm doing great. Doing great. Better than a puppy with two Peters.
That's right. Only thing missing is Ziggy, right?
That's exactly right. And the
Anyway, all right.
others.
Look, we've already got people lined up to join the show, Jackpot. I mean, it's
Yeah.
getting interesting here.
Let me go grab some real quick here.
Well, it's kind of funny because, I mean, let's just be honest. Both of the Palmetto State teams are sucking asshole. And normally you could lean on a team like, oh, I don't know, Coastal Carolina to have a good season, but they're not that great either.
No, they're not.
It's just, it's like the scene from Full Metal Jacket when they're all in the newsroom and they all look around and he says, you know what? It's a big shit sandwich and we all have to take a bite.
I think about the best group over there is Furman right now, huh?
Yeah, probably the Furman Paladins. I'm with you on that.
The
All right, look.
The Citadel I was looking at, they are fucking atrocious.
They're bad.
I mean, they're really, really bad.
Why would anybody want to fucking go to school there? Only idiots go to school there.
Well, there was a fellow that pretty sure he was in the same class as me that's coaching them now.
Yeah. All right. So
last name Drayton. They're really rough.
All right. So let's take a question from the chat room. Then we're going to welcome in our first guest here. Jay wants to know, how long were you following that naked women around the other day? What is he talking about?
Oh, just you didn't see the video?
I have not watched the video because I've been working like a fool here. But
I've been busier than what is it? A one-arm wallpaper hanger.
One-arm paper hanger, yeah.
I was coming yesterday. So for the place I'm staying at here, there's only room to park. They will only let you park one car. So we took one car, and then we took my truck down here too. So my truck is actually parked. I had to park it across the street in a public parking area.
Is this the tater chip truck?
What's that?
Is this the tater chip truck?
No, it's my truck. The truck I drive.
All right.
Nissan truck. And no, fuck no, I would take that damn thing down here. Why would I bring that down here?
Because you want to be close to the chips, sir. You might run into a store and they might need you to be the Superman of potato chips.
What I've seen down here, they do a pretty good job. But anyway, that truck is parked in the parking garage across the street, but they comp it, so it's whatever. Anyway, I had went over there yesterday morning to get I left my medicine in there, and so I walked over to it and got out. And as I was coming back out of the garage, walking back toward the main street where the hotel here is located, I saw two older women, and one of them, I was like, she had this old droopy set of tits down to here, and it looked like she had two pieces of chewed up bubble gum covering up her nipples. Swear. And I was like, what the fuck? So I got my phone out, and I took a picture of it, so to where you can then zoom in on it and then screenshot that, so it blows it up. So that's a pretty good picture. I'll need to send you that.
God.
They started walking down I was like, okay, whatever. They're walking down the street in front of me, and I noticed the one who had the sagging deuce doesn't have. She didn't have any bottoms on. Period. She had no bathing suit bottom on. She had a napkin or a piece of toilet paper or something in like a trifold, and then it came back around into like a little tail type thing, and she had the toilet paper piece was just lodged in her asshole.
Wait. What kind of fucking whore beach are you at, Jackpot? What in the blue fuck are you doing?
I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. That's Daytona Beach. The place we're staying at is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Here, but and then the ones like next door. But if you go like you cross this river or the intercoastal waterway or whatever it is you cross to get to the beach part of Daytona Beach from the regular part. If you go back across the bridge over that way, I mean, there's a lot of homeless and just vagrants all over the place, and it's just a pretty sad state of affairs.
Did you took a picture of this woman, right?
I took a video of the toilet paper asshole.
So wait a minute. Oh God. Okay.
And I posted it on the channel. It's a short video.
Yeah. We need to look at that. I'm just stupefied. Holy shit, Jackpot. You'd have been better off going to Dirty Myrtle, sir.
Bring it up and put it on the screen tonight somehow or another.
Sure. Why don't we just do that right now? I'll just bring that up and put that on the screen. They won't pop. They can't get pissed at us for putting out our own stuff, can they? I don't know. We'll have to see. Hold on. Let's see here. So Carolina Jackpot here. Let's see if I can pull this up really quick here. Is it under shorts? Yeah, there it is. Jesus, Jackpot. Okay. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's go ahead and we'll present this to the crowd here. What the fuck is going on here?
No bottom. She has a piece of toilet paper stuck in her asshole. And on the front, it looks like what appears to be two chewed up pieces of paper covering her nipples. Why? Just why?
Okay.
Guys, this is the most ridiculous.
What in the hell?
Hey, at least the toilet paper was clean.
I can't zoom in on it.
I mean, for what I saw of it.
Zoom in if you like.
Didn't get too close.
She's wearing.
He ain't closer than that.
She has a piece of toilet paper.
If you'll notice too, she's got a blonde hairdo
it
cut like a boy.
Appears to be
that thing that she's got on the back, that's like an extension, and it's like multicolored. Like rainbow bright hair.
I don't know. Someone asked for my Cash App. Maybe you're gonna send me money to help fix my eyes for what I've just seen here. By the way, we have the younger generation joining us right now, Jackpot. Shamecock Sporty, welcome to the program, sir.
Hey, it's good to kick it up. It's good to kick it off with you guys. What's up, Rob?
What did you see? Your thoughts on the toilet paper hanging out of the ass where Jackpot is near Jackpot's hotel?
5
thoughts on that, sir.
I mean, 5-star dummy. I mean, I commented on that short. I mean, I was like, what in the fuck is going on? It's why they make clothes.
You never know what you're gonna get on this program, sir.
What the hell? I mean, I've seen some freaking weirdos at South Carolina on campus, but I haven't seen anything as cursed as that. I mean, that was just a.
So I have to ask. I drove down by campus a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
and there were some guys wearing like onesies. Like I don't know what the fuck is going. I mean, do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm just saying. I'm like,
whatever.
How in the fuck is? I mean, that's almost as weird as Jackpot with the one with the shit hanging out.
I don't know.
This guy he was confident in it. I mean, hey, do your thing, sir.
I don't know.
Is it like that craze where people were wearing rompers a few years ago? You remember that? Yeah.
I mean, this looked like a one. I don't know. I got no clue. But anyway, wow. All right, so I tell you what, since you're joining the program, go and subscribe to Shamcock Sporty's YouTube channel. He has some he doesn't flip out quite as bad as Jackpot. Jackpot's video that he did Saturday night when he was in his car.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch that and feel the pain that this man has, then you, sir, are a hurting individual. I mean, that Jackpot was, I really felt his pain. There's Jay saying, I don't see Carolina Jackpot kicking her out of the Jack Shack. Oh, damn it, Jackpot. What happens when we get a super chat? I got to put his name right there on the bottom, sir.
You got to start.
Oh man, hold on. I
was watching that delusional fuck tonight doing that. They only had 4 people on the Hollywood Squares of Delusion. Do you know someone actually donated them $2,000 this month? Now that may all be bullshit, but he actually put it on his ticker, so I got to think it's real.
There you go. Jay, you put your name, you send us money, we put your name on the bottom because you matter. And then we're going to get our W-2s and staple them to our assholes. That way you can see them from afar. What a fucking ridiculous nonsense shit that is. Anyway, anyway, subscribe to Shamcock Sporty's channel. He doesn't get as pissed as Jackpot, but I halfway worry about him being a very angry young man. And I think Jackpot may look at him and be like, you know what? I've been subscribed to this shit for 40 years or however long you've been a Gamecock fan, Jackpot, and they've been fucking letting you down forever. And we're watching this young man jumping right into that mix where they're going to let him down.
He's jumping into the fray.
Jumping into the fray.
He doesn't know what he's getting himself into.
Yeah.
Subscribe to his channel, though, because he does some good stuff over there. Let's jump into it really quick here. Shane Beamer says you don't have enough guys to fill a 2-deep. You're going to go play a really good Texas A&M defensive line.
Yeah.
This doesn't look good.
Yeah, I'll just talk about our depth as a whole, as a program. I mean, we've had depth issues going all the way back to the Will Muschamp era. Yeah. I get the whole, everyone's got injuries. I know we're beat up and injured, but I don't like blaming injuries. I mean, this is college football. We're over halfway in the season. I mean, every team in the country's got injuries. I mean, it's going to have to be next man up. I mean, I don't know at this point. I mean, it's just it's not good.
Some of them is just going to have to toughen up and play.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to play. We're going to have to get through the season at this point. I mean,
Sir Uga sent me $5 in the Cash App. Put his name up on the billboard there, sir. There you go. We're at a whopping $9.99 for the show. That's not that we're mocking that. We're just putting their name up in lights like we promised. So thank you guys either way. Well, we'll see how that works out. The FPI says the Gamecocks will finish 4-8.
I don't know about that. Honestly, I think Vandy's not guaranteed. I don't think Jacksonville State's guaranteed. I mean, we might lose one of those games. I mean, I'm just keeping it real here. That's probably what's going to happen.
Well, but you know what, though? And I'm not trying to be the guy that pumps sunshine up your ass because that's not who I am. But
I have to deal with that from not being Gamecocks, but okay.
Yeah, South Carolina is a different team at home than they are on the road. And I think that, they play a lot better at home. They always do. So I think they win those 2 games. I think you're going to give Kentucky shit because I don't think Kentucky is that good of a fucking football team.
Devin Leary's not any good. Graham Mertz isn't any good. He came out threw for over 400 yards against us. Devin Leary might throw for 500 against us.
Graham Mertz is capable. I mean, Devin Leary's just he's a different cat. He got hurt and he's not able to do the things he was able to do a couple of years ago.
Yeah, when he was at NC State.
Jerry says, is there a legit path for 6-6 for South Carolina? Well, yeah, they can. They've got 5 games left.
Yeah, they need 4 out of their last 5 games.
4 out of the last 5.
There is a legit path.
There's no reason they shouldn't. There's no reason they shouldn't be able to do that. It's not. They're not playing any juggernauts, but they're not. They're not.
All right. So I gotta keep up with this. Chris says Beamer bought signs for Michigan. So I gotta add Chris to the super chat. And Jay with another super chat says the SEC East versus Clemson is shaping up to be one hell of a game at Williams-Brice.
Yeah.
Let me add that to the super chat fund here. Look, there's a way to go there. And then now another super chat. A typical Gump sends us $20 and says he enjoys the show. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Now I got to add all that to the super chat. But anyway, your thoughts on that? Can they win 4 out of the last 5, Jackpot?
No, I mean they're not going to. They could. They could, in theory. I mean they're. I mean, like I said, nobody they're playing. You're not playing any ranked teams. You know, even Texas A&M is not. I mean, they're not above being taken down, but this is not the team to do it. You know, I was watching the last video. Someone told me they said, "Did you see the play where the Mizzou running back? I don't know if he was when he scored a touchdown or not, because I was going back trying to find it. He ran. You know, he carried the ball. They said, and Pup Howard, Grayson Pup Howard, just stood there like he had concrete in his shoes and didn't even attempt to move until the guy was already past him. And so I went back and I tried to find that play, but I couldn't. But I got stuck just the first drive of the game and watching just how awful. And it wasn't so much of being taffy. It was just a being out schemed. That offensive line was that first drive. There was 3 separate plays in a row right there where the Gamecocks, they failed to convert on 1 third down there on the first drive of the game. To remember, they got down pretty close. Then Mizzou committed some kind of penalty and it moved it a little bit closer. And on the final play before they had to set up for the long field goal, Rattler went back to pass, and you had a backer blitzing. And, I mean, I don't know whose job it was to pick him up, but they didn't know what they were doing. This guy just shoots through there just untouched like a cannonball and takes him down. To me, it's obvious they're getting out-schemed. They're getting out-coached and out-worked, and they're not even watching. I don't even know if they're even watching any film.
No,
because obviously you've seen that stunt. They had to have done this at some point during the season. I mean, if you get a guy in front of that blitzing linebacker, even if he runs you the fuck over, he's still not going to get to your quarterback.
Right.
Because he can't run you over and make the sack too. So they're getting outworked and outcoached.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I look at guys like Stone Blanton, who was recruited to go to. I'm looking at let's look at ACC and SEC schools: South Carolina, Louisville, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Auburn, Duke, Georgia Tech, Kentucky, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Virginia. I mean, these are all ACC and SEC schools. He was recruited to go there. The guy is an SEC caliber body. Okay. He's not a 5-star bum, and they can't seem to get this guy into a position where he can make tackles. So I blame the coaching staff on that. And this is something that has been consistent for a while, and they're just not being put into spots where they can make plays. And that's more on the coaches than anything else. They look at what Jackpot said. They look fucking confused. Mm-hmm. And you can't be confused at the speed that they're playing.
Yeah, it wasn't like somebody got out there and tried to get a hand or a hat on him and they just couldn't do it. And he was just faster than them. It wasn't any of that. They didn't. No one attempted to block this because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
It just. I mean, I don't know. Until you can get that fit, you're not. I mean, it's just maddening. It's absolutely maddening, and they play this week's I think episode was the Mazodcast was the one they said was the best one ever. And I made several voicemail calls to that show, and I motherfucked them. Well, I didn't motherfuck them. I motherfucked their team.
Motherfuck their team.
Their players, and fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. But someone sent me a tweet today. It was very nice. I said, I understand where you're coming from. It's hard to watch the team that you loved and rooted for all these years, and you've got promise there. They just turn into absolute taint cheese right in front of your face.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, the Missouri people that are running their mouths, let's make sure that we understand something here. You are not a fucking world-beating team either. All right? And I'm not defending South Carolina, but Mizzou's not much better. Yes, they won two SEC East titles. I get that. But you are a program what was his name? Colin from the Mazodcast said on some show that South Carolina is middling. What the fuck do you think Mizzou is?
Well, he
lost
said
the fucking bowl game to Army.
In his defense, he said they were a middling program too.
Yeah, but for them to come out, and I love the Mazodcast guys, don't get me wrong here, but for them to come out and that last podcast, they acted like their shit didn't stink. Ladies and gentlemen, Mizzou is not that great. They really, really aren't.
No, they're kind of, I hate to say it, they're kind of fool's gold.
They absolutely are. Now watch them come out and then stomp Georgia next week, and then they'll be cutting this up to run their mouths.
Very much of a who have they played?
Yeah,
type scenario, and they have. But I do think they can beat Tennessee. Yeah, I do hope they beat them. So I think they can finish 2-2.
Yeah, they probably can.
They're not beating Georgia, but who else? Florida at home.
Yeah.
They should beat them. They'll finish second in the East.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the mood on campus, man? Is everybody just giving up and saying, fuck it, we're moving on to hoops?
Yeah, everyone's like all excited about the women's basketball and stuff like that. Honestly,
that'll be women's basketball. That men's basketball team is gonna be shitty.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's the hype. Is everybody's loving some women's hoops?
Yeah, personally, I've never really been that much into the women's basketball. I've mostly been following football and baseball. Not even men's basketball. Those are my two favorite sports to watch.
Sure.
And the fact of the matter is, when it comes to revenue and just money,
well, you obviously come from good parenting. Your dad decided that you have a penis and you're going to actually watch some men's sports. Maybe they should get Ray Tanner to learn that shit too and stop spending all this money on fucking sports nobody cares about, because that's kind of what's happening.
Yeah, I think one guy commented on. I said that in one of my videos in the comments, and then this guy came out and said, "Oh, Ray Tanner's put a bunch of money in football. You need to stop making this excuse." So, we'll see if. But you're
up until this season, Don Staley was making more than your head football coach.
Yeah, I know.
Ray Tanner can suck a dick. That's just the way that it is. Mm-hmm. And look, this affects what he doesn't understand. Is that I am a South Carolinian, and South Carolina football, even though I'm a Clemson guy, it affects the entire fucking state, sir. If South Carolina goes out and they go 8-4, 9-3, 10-2, people are in a better mood. It works and helps the economy. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Let's give $5 tickets to people to go watch Don Staley's team play. I'm not taking anything away from Don Staley. She puts on a hell of a program. Absolutely. But in the end, it comes down to the revenue.
Football drives the bus.
80,000 people in that stadium versus 16,000 at Colonial Life Arena paying $5 a ticket. The math just doesn't work, sir. It doesn't.
Well, football drives the bus, and the passenger seat is men's basketball when it comes to revenue, and then behind that you got baseball. So those are the big three.
Well, and look, I appreciate baseball, but let's be honest, baseball is a regional sport that it's kind of hard for a lot of teams to play, because once you go up north, there are teams that can't play until, the middle of April because their fields are frozen. So, there's that. But I agree with you on the football front of it. And, and Jackpot mentioned some of this the other night. It's insane how shitty this program is with they've gotten some of the stuff that they need, but in the end, a lot of it has to come back to Ray Tanner. and the fact that it just looks like he just doesn't give a shit. That's just the vibe that I got from the outside looking in. I mean, I really feel that way. And trust me, I want to bring you back on during baseball season because your baseball coach is a piece of shit too.
Oh yeah,
let's just make sure that we're all on board with that too. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing either.
Gave him an extension. Ray Tanner gave him.
We're giving him extension.
Lost 5 of 6 SEC series, so I mean, take with that what you will.
Yeah, he had a horrendous like second third of the season, and he kind of pulled it together a little bit and won a regional, but.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so do you have a pick for us before you get out of here before we do our picks?
Some picks for this weekend? Yeah, I got some picks.
Okay, so you give me the South Carolina pick first.
Just going money line. Like if I were to just do
just tell me what you think the score is going to be for the game this weekend.
Oh, for the game
in our contest, South Carolina is a 14-point dog.
I would pound Texas A&M to cover. I think Texas A&M wins this game 38-13, 38-10 or something like that.
That's probably pretty accurate. South Carolina's been a money burner for the most part this year.
All right, man.
Appreciate you having me in here.
We appreciate you being here, sir. You're always welcome. And go subscribe to his channel.
Thank you.
Watch the young man get upset. Thank you, sir. All right, there you go. Shamecock Sporty joining the program. It's nice to have that vibe from on campus, sir. Lot of give you the idea of what the kids are doing down there.
I'm watching right now. UTEP is playing Sam Houston.
Yeah.
Right now, the 0-7 Bearcats are leading UTEP 14-10. What's up with all these teams putting the area codes on the helmets? UTEP's got the 915 on the helmet. The area code, Georgia Tech was the ones that kind of started it off, and now I've noticed that Sam Houston's got it on the back of theirs. No, on the front. On the back, they got some other bullshit back there. I mean, what? When one team does that, I guess it's cool. When everybody's doing it, it just looks douchey and it's stupid. Nobody gives a fuck what your area code is. And I guarantee you that you probably don't. I mean, you're probably not playing for that area code.
We'll have to see about that. All right. Ray joins the program. We're going to take care of our sponsors in a moment. Ray, what do you got for the show, man?
Hey, guys. How are you doing?
Good, buddy.
Doing good now.
Hey, Jackpot, how are you enjoying your trip down to Florida?
That's good. The weather down here is nice.
Yeah, I live over in the Panhandle. I'm about 50 miles north of Panama City. Just a little bit in between the Alabama line and Panama City. So right along the I-10 corridor. So
have you ever been to the beach in Alabama? There's only like one beach in Alabama.
Shit, no. Why would I want to go there when our beaches are way better than theirs? I mean,
I'm just asking for a reference.
Well, I understand what you're saying. I've heard
Alabama.
Yeah, that's like I said. I can be on the beach in 45 minutes from where I'm at. So I guess I don't have a desire to go to Alabama.
Well, I just thought it was odd because I didn't know until just a few years ago that Alabama, that there actually was a beach in Alabama. It goes down to the coast, but it's probably okay, but it's still Alabama, and I refuse to give them any of my tax dollars. So it looks like it's pretty expensive.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, but anyway, just an honest question. Well, first of all, I sympathize with South Carolina, being a Florida State fan. We had here a while back, basically to the end of the Jimbo Fisher era, we got over into Willie Taggart era. We had a president and a athletic director that all they cared about was the non-revenue sports, such as the Olympic sports and whatever this Directors Cup bullshit is. I have no idea what that shit's all about. But anyway, until we got a new athletic director and a new university president that made football a top priority and pumped the money into it, we weren't never going to make a turnaround. Okay. So, and he was the one that actually fired Willie Taggart, mid season of his second year. So you have to have the administration to have a winning program, and I think that's one of South Carolina's problems. They don't have one puts an emphasis on that.
People can. I think it's great that what Dawn Staley has done. I think that the other non-traditional sports, hey, it's great some of the stuff that they do. It's nice to have, but in the end, it comes back down to this. All of those sports are something to watch until we can get to football season.
I agree with that.
That's how the average fan thinks. And they'll go out there and cheer the Block C or the Clemson Paul or whatever the hell it is. But in the back of their mind, they're looking over at that stadium and they're thinking, oh, we're only 8 months away from spring practice. Oh,
You're exactly right about the statement you made earlier, which everybody knows football drives the bus, but for the university. But hey, it drives the economy when you got a winning football team, and that's very, very important.
And that's everywhere in the state. It's everywhere in the state. Football is a feel-good type thing, man. If you go out and your team is pretty good. A perfect example is the year Muschamps team went 9-4, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah,
I can tell you that the South Carolina economy was better that year. It was, and
I totally agree.
It's just a dollars and cents type thing, and I don't give a shit what you have to do to get that back. Like the best thing that could happen for our state is if South Carolina and Clemson have a matchup where both teams are ranked. I think it's happened only like 3 times in the rivalry. I can't remember. But both teams are, especially if both teams are, like next season, let's say South Carolina has a great year, Clemson has a great year, and the Palmetto Bowl, instead of it being for the Hardee's Trophy or whatever the fuck it is, it comes down to something where it's like, look, this game could knock somebody out of the college football playoff.
Right.
That's the kind of thing where this fucking state would be on fire. Jackpot and I would fucking be railing each other on this damn show. Normally we're polite to each other and we don't talk too much shit about each other's teams, but I would be motherfucking his team from afar. That Shane Beamer looks like his mama burnt the Pop-Tarts and his dad went in without Vaseline. That's why his face is all fucked up.
If either one of them were to be able to get their shit together, they'd be able to do that starting next year.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, but that's what we need, and we just don't have.
Well, a 12-team playoff, it's not like it's not doable.
Right. It's completely doable. You're absolutely right. Both of these teams play in big money conferences. They should be good enough where they could finish in the the spectrum of the fucking top 12. That's fucking not that far-fetched at all. It's not like we're fucking Mississippi where half the people can't spell Mississippi. We have a fucking chance here.
I can't spell Mississippi.
Yes, you can.
Hey, I gotta get it, Rob. But if you remember back in the 90s, Florida State, Miami was all good at one time. And basically, oh my God, we were the king of the college football world. And that's because you had 3 teams that were all in contention for the national championship every year. And when you have that, oh my God, we were the envy of every college state. We were, but got away from that because we kept letting the recruits get away. Things go, and then these other schools come in and start getting our recruits, and it's to the point now we're starting to keep them at home, and it's starting to make a difference on all 3 teams, to be quite honest with you. Even Billy Napier, even though I don't think he's that great of a coach, the Goomba is doing some kind of way to get some kids to decide to want to go down there and play. Now, they haven't signed on the dotted line, but he's got a lot of big commitments. Now, whether he'll be around to coach them, who knows? But anyway, my main question for calling in was, I kind of understand South Carolina, why they're not doing as well this year. Tons of injuries. You have to be really good on the lines of scrimmage to compete, especially in big-time college football. I kind of understand that. Okay, not making excuses for it, but I understand it. But what in the world has happened to Clemson? Because they're stacked, Rob. I don't really understand it.
Well, I can tell you. I can give you a little secret here, buddy. I think I mentioned it on the show. Actually, I went on Twisted Rooster show the other night, and I dropped this little nugget here. When you are number one in the country, I mean, the best at this in the country, in one stat, you are not going to do well. You know what that stat is? It's
turnovers.
Fumbles. No, it's fumbles.
Oh shit! What's the deal with
is
turnovers?
number one in the country in fumbling the fucking football.
Wow.
And when you are the number one team out of all the teams in the country, you are number one in fumbling the football. You're not going to win very many games. So we can
I agree. You have to possess the football,
and then you can work your way down the hill from there. Now, I'm not saying that's the cause of all the losses, but if you can't hold on to the football, it's kind of hard to score.
Well, it was absolutely
really
positively the reason they lost the Duke game. That was absolutely why they lost that game.
And with Shipley and Maffa running the football, and them committing most of those fumbles, there's just no excuse for that, really.
Well, they're juniors. Klubnik's got 4 fumbles on the season, so I'm not trying to rip.
Even with him, I mean, he had plenty of playing time last year.
He is, in my opinion, with the way that he came into the program, where he came in early, he's a junior in my mind, and he's out there playing like a punk bitch.
He's a hot dog water.
All right. Yep, absolutely right. So
one more quick question before I get off of here.
Sure.
With the way things are going in Clemson, and just an outsider's view, do you think there's a real possibility that some of their kids are going to hit the portal? I mean, if the season keeps going crappy?
No. I think that I think that's going to be across the board everywhere.
Right.
In my opinion, I mean, I think that people are going to be leaving programs all over the place. The problem that it's going to be intensified worse at Clemson is the fact that Dabo Swinney has got his head in the sand on this. And I know we kind of beat this to death, but it's really going to be a problem next year because he's going to expect freshmen to come in and fill in holes where he's had guys that were, say, sophomores this year that would be juniors next year. He's going to expect the freshmen to come in and fill in those spots, and it's not going to work.
Right.
So eventually, until he goes to the transfer portal and starts bringing some players in, Clemson's going to be lack of depth. Jackpot's favorite phrase: lack of depth. Lack of depth.
Well, all right, guys. Well, hopefully things will get better for you guys. And Jackpot, I don't know if you guys can cover that 14. I just think your line of scrimmage is too bad. But trust me, as a Florida State fan, if you could beat the hell out of Jimbo, I'd certainly appreciate it. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you on that.
All right,
we haven't discussed, Rob, the Cade Klubnik and the whole deal and his after the game interview, the whole deal with him just pretty much shitting on the play call and kind of taking business into his own hands, if you will, there.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, first of all, Swinney kind of threw him under the bus. That was kind of the first thing, because you hear Sweeney's comments first. And Sweeney's like, look, that was supposed to be a give off. He just didn't hand the ball off. Why in God's name do you put your player out there like that so he could take the beating from the press and everything else? And then you're basically putting this kid into a position where he has to defend himself.
He doesn't
know how to do it. Yeah, he doesn't know how to defend himself. So he goes in there and does what a 20-year-old kid does and basically shits on the play call and says, basically, hey, I thought I could make it. And he couldn't. So I don't know if there's something going on there between Swinney and this guy, but I don't get the warm, fuzzy feeling that Swinney had with, a Taj Boyd, Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, even Kelly Bryant.
Yeah, no.
I don't get the nice, warm, fuzzy feeling from this kid compared to, look at the way that he was with Uiagalelei. He made the comment about he was some what was the comment? Oh God, from Slap Nuts or Slap Dick from
Dick from East Tioga Community College.
That's the shit he said defending damn DJ Uiagalelei. He hasn't been that way with Klubnik, in my opinion. Not yet. Not yet at all. So, I mean, it seems like we're at rent a quarterback right now. So
yeah, well, there's a radio host up here in never mind, not up here, but in the upstate where I live.
Yeah,
Mark Ryan.
Oh, fuck
I don't know if you know who this guy is.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Who made some kind of comment or he tweets out shit more than the Spurs Up show, dude. Tweets out that that if he did do that, so that's just direct insubordination by Cade, and he's going to have to be punished.
Well, what does he want to do? Like cut him off of his meal plan for a week? What the fuck are you gonna do to this kid?
Bench him, I guess. Well, what the fuck are you gonna do? You don't have do you have a backup that's
right? Well, here's the thing.
The one kid's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know.
That one of those kids is pretty highly regarded. I think is Christopher.
Vizunova, I can't pronounce his name. Don't ask me.
Is he on the team? Is he a recruit? Is he actually on campus?
I think he's on the team, but I think they're trying to redshirt him, which is
Okay.
why he's not seen the field much. But Jackpot, let's thank our sponsors real quick, and then we got to get to Tom, who's waiting, and our good friend Twisted Rooster, who is joining us for the live show at Callaway's in West Columbia the day after Thanksgiving. Ladies and gentlemen,
we got to pick our games now.
We're going to pick games. We'll take care of these guys. We'll pick our games, Jackpot. I promise. Yeah. And we'll keep us on schedule. All right. So here's what we got. Live show, Callaway's Bar and Grill, West Columbia, Highway 1 diagonal from the Walmart. And Jackpot just like flat out left me here. Okay. Hopefully he'll be back. All right. Anyway, you want to go to Callaway's and come check us out. We're going to have a football trivia. One of us is getting shocked with a damn stun gun. Yeah, that's gonna happen at Callaway.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
one of us
I hit the wrong button and fooked myself.
Yeah, you fucked yourself. You pulled a Klubnik.
Yeah.
You pulled a Klubnik and came up short.
I did.
Yeah.
I hit that
anyway,
read to the sideline.
One of us is going to get stunned with a stun gun live at Callaway's. It's going to happen. We're going to get into that and how you can contribute one way or the other. And we're raising money for the Pace Academy, the only school in our state that is a publicly funded school for dyslexic kids. So there's that. Also, we have DNC Trucking and Transport. Dennis Wilson. He is he just moves your shit. You got heavy shit, Dennis can move it with his trucks and everything else that he's got. Dennis trucks all when he was a kid. Now he's an adult. He just wants to play with big trucks. It's basically what it boils down to. Fireside Chats with Uncle Jackpot. Jackpot, read away.
Okay. Sucks to be a Gamecock. When 4-8 may be your ceiling, you know you support a shithole. It sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. All right, let's bring in Tom. Tom, welcome to the program, sir.
Good evening, guys. Good evening. I guess we haven't heard nothing from the Tennessee faithful in the past few days.
Well, I tweeted out something to the effect of what I tweeted was Tennessee blamed the rain in Athens last year. Then Hooker's injury in South Carolina. And then now we're blaming the officials for the second half because that's what came up on the bingo card. If they fuck up and lose to Missouri in a couple of weeks, I mean, what's going to come up next? They've run out of shit to blame. Are they going to blame Pruitt? It's Pruitt's fault.
Right.
It's the sanctions from the pussy thing that we got and the fine, even though we're the most penalized team in SEC for the past 20 years, we didn't really get shit for it. I've been more violated by my dominatrix girlfriend in fucking college than Tennessee will be with these fucking sanctions.
Yeah.
That.
It's like I got an argument with a Tennessee fan. I'm like, we had to.
Hold on 1 second. Jackpot, I blame you. Why couldn't your fucking team beat these goddamn Tennessee cocksuckers so that they would have went into a hole forever?
It was the referee's fault.
Jackpot.
Yeah. but see,
the refs screwed us.
The refs
the whole game screwed us out of 21 points. We could have tied up at 41 if it wasn't for the damn referee.
They didn't. We had the same officials in the first half when Tennessee was kicking our ass 20-7, and the Tennessee fans wasn't complaining about the referees during the first half. I mean,
yeah, well,
when it was,
sir, respectfully, sir, it's kind of hard for me to take Alabama fans seriously. I mean, you guys lie about your national championships. So
wait a minute. Okay, what national championships are we lying about?
You claim one national title. There's one season where you lost to a Southern Cal team, but the Dixie Republic from fucking Birmingham named you the national champion, and you still call yourself national champion.
Back then, before we went to the BCS and the Bowl Alliance, if you go back and research everybody else's national title from the day, and I know you're trying to gig at me, that's basically how.
I'm just posting facts here, sir.
Well, that's how everybody else claimed their national titles back in the day too. Ohio State does it. Everybody else, national champion, was crowned the same way.
Not on the level that Alabama does, sir.
I mean, you go look back. I mean, I think one year you had 5 teams, 74. One of them years, 5 teams claimed the national title in different publications. So they really did not have a.
We can agree to disagree.
Well,
I
think it was 1969. I think Richard Nixon actually crowned the Texas Longhorns the national champs
before the bowl game.
It wasn't a bowl game. They just beat Arkansas in like the last regular season game, and he told the Texas coach. There's a video clip of it. It says, "You deserve to be the national champions, and that's what you are." And he shook their hand. I'm like, "Damn, shit was a lot different back then."
But okay.
I mean, he was the president, sir. I'm not gonna argue with the president.
But he wasn't a crook either. He's the same guy that told us he wasn't a crook. But I'll digress. Not a political show. But I got a question for Rob. Up there in Columbia, are you familiar with a radio host named Heath Klein?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I lived in North Florida at the time, and yes, I was a Bama fan before in the dark days. He was a radio host in Gainesville, Florida. When Nick Saban got hired, he got on the radio in Gainesville, Florida, and said, "These Alabama fans are delusional. There is no way Nick Saban is going to bring Alabama back to the Bear Bryant days. Yes, he'll make the program better, but that program will never see greatness under Saban."
Well, I guess that's safe to say he was wrong.
Yeah, he was wrong. I mean, that didn't age well, so I've always wanted to.
Let me break something down for you on that. Heath does a 3-hour radio show every day. He doesn't do a show here anymore. I think he moved up to North Carolina, but you do 3 hours of radio every single day. And that's 15 hours of live radio every week. You put a lot of shit out of there. Some of it sticks and some of it doesn't.
Right. And I mean, he did bring up, I did driving through that area, I listened to him, and he did bring up a good point about the NIL and everybody's up. He said, "Look, folks, let's be honest. All the NIL did was put over the table has been being paid under the table all these years." Yeah. He said, "That's basically what NIL did." Everybody said, "Oh, it's ridiculous." I said, "They've been doing this under the table for 50 years. All NIL did was make it public and over the table."
Yeah.
Everybody will talk.
How do you think that Tua Tagovailoa went to Nick Saban's car dealership and walked in with one side and then walked out with $2,000 in cash? I mean, that's happened.
Yeah, well, his brother is actually the more controversial story because Thompson High School wasn't nothing.
Sure.
Well, they moved to Alabaster, Alabama. Thompson starts beating Hoover. Now Thompson has taken over as kings of high school football in Alabama.
Sure.
So that happens a lot. The only reason why SMU got nailed is because they outbid Texas for players, and Texas got mad. That's the only reason why.
Yeah.
So Texas pulled what Alabama pulled with UAB when UAB was going to be pretty good, and Alabama's like, "Fuck those guys, they got to go away." They tried to kill the program.
Well, that's No, I don't think UAB. They had a good year. That's
You want to come on the show and talk about how you didn't try to kill the UAB program, sir?
Well, they did. I mean, they shut it down.
We're gonna bring a new thing into the program here. Everybody in Jackpot, I want you to go with me on this. Did you ever watch Top Gun? You ever watch Top Gun when they're, the scene where Goose dies? Okay. When you come on the program and you get hit with some facts that you don't like, you can just punch out, and you punch out on time, you get out like Maverick did. You punch out too late, you end up with your neck broke because you hit the top of the fucking screen there. On the way, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to punch out and just head on. Punch out and leave on.
No, that I got. But I mean, I was back in 2014. There's a Paul Bryant Jr. and Gene Bartow, which was the legendary basketball coach at UAB. Something about him and the Bear and his daddy got into a controversy years ago, and supposedly Bryant Jr. had an axe to grind. They shut the program down for 2 years, but a lot of people ponied up. We bought the program back. Bill Clark did a good job. It's a great story. Now, they hired Trent Dilfer for whatever reason. I support UAB. I don't know what they was thinking, and they was going to try to hire Skip Holtz from the Stallions. And people like, oh, no, we can't hire him. But get out of here, Big Barney Ross. But anyway, they was trying to hire him, but UAB people didn't like his resume. I'm like, Skip Holtz has a better resume than Trent Dilfer as far as the college.
Maybe it's because Skip Holtz has not been like, that great of a coach for a while. I don't know.
I mean, he'd be better than Trent Dilfer, wouldn't you think, if you had a choice between the two?
I would take Trent Dilfer just because of name recognition and the fact that when Trent Dilfer looks down at his hand, he could see a Super Bowl ring. Skip Holtz just sees slobber from Lou Holtz when he goes to visit.
Two-time USL championship, back-to-back USFL championships.
Okay, I have a Super Bowl ring.
As a quarterback.
I have a Super Bowl ring. What the fuck are you talking about, Tom?
Well, I mean, he was on it. Now, the knock on that, there's a lot of people that joke about Trent Dilfer's Super Bowl ring saying he won it because he was on a great team. It wasn't because he was a spectacular quarterback.
Quarterback for a fucking great team. He did what he was supposed to do.
But I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying what the
South Carolina's been old forever, and they could have. Lou Holtz was trying to baby them into getting Skip Holtz to stay with the program, and the university's like, nah, fuck that. We don't want any of that shit. Come on, man.
And that's when they hired Spurrier. So
yeah, and the best coach they've ever fucking had. They were looking at it. We could get Steve Spurrier, or we could get Skip Holtz.
Well, I mean, it's the same scenario. You're proving my point about the not on that level, but you go with the guy with the better resume. I mean, that's what I always thought.
They should have went with Charlie Strong. Why not?
What about Charlie Strong?
Charlie Strong had a great resume. People should just hire him, right? I mean,
he burnt down the Texas program, and he burnt down the South Florida program, and Brad Scott's son went down there and kind of finished that program off.
Well, I mean, under that logic, if we want to talk about coaches that have done bad things, I mean, Nick Saban lied about leaving the Dolphins.
Some people aren't head coach material, but they're great coordinators.
I mean,
right.
That happened. So.
Well, Tuberville lied about leaving Ole Miss. I mean, the only way I leave here is some pine box. The next day, he's at Auburn.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of
Tom,
all right, got it.
Tom, we have to move on, sir. But
yes,
I appreciate you as always. Right. You know that.
Yes, sir.
Look up those lied about national titles, sir. Educate yourself as a fan.
All right.
Thank you, Tom. All right, we got to take Twisted Rooster, then we'll do our picks, Jackpot, okay?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Twisted Rooster, welcome to the program. He's at his tiki bar, Jackpot.
That's tiki bar.
That's right. I'm down here in Florida with Jackpot. He's just on the wrong side of the state.
Well, God damn it, where's Mama Tori?
If you look at the state, I'm on the right side.
Give Jackpot go down and meet Jackpot for breakfast.
That's right. Somebody's got to work around this place, so Mama Tori's working. I ain't gonna hold you guys up long. I know you need.
You're
to
all
be
right, buddy.
paid,
What you
but
got?
I had a couple questions for you and Jackpot, and it's a tough question. Hey, if we lose to Texas A&M, which is likely this weekend, if you're Spencer Rattler, and I know there's a bunch of people that's gonna jump his ass for it, you just go sit on the bench for the rest of the year. I know he's a competitor, and it's not likely going to happen that he would do that. But why would that man keep playing for a Gasparilla Bowl at best?
Well, I mean, don't you? I mean, they're scouts who look at these people, and that doesn't look very good in the eyes of an NFL scout. If I was one, in my opinion, it don't.
How about this? I agree with what Jackpot's saying there, but how about this? How about his daddy raised him with a set of nuts and says, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to go out there behind this piss poor offensive line with this offensive coordinator who may or may not be very great, with a running back that's from a Division II school and wide receivers that are from God knows everywhere, because the rest of ours are sitting on the bench with a fucking side of torn vagina. But you know what? My nuts have scuffs on them because they drag the ground. Okay? That's how big my fucking nuts are. And the only way you're going to get me off this fucking field is if I die. Maybe he has a little bit of that in him. That may be a reason enough for saying, you know what? I'm going to go to the Gasparilla Bowl and I'm going to drag my nuts there too. That's the kind of vibe that I get from Spencer Rattler. I wish the motherfucker was wearing an orange tiger paw, because he does have a fucking set. I'll give him that. Only mistake that guy's ever made is transferring to South Carolina. Other than that, he's a hell of a fucking quarterback.
I agree. All right. So speaking of nuts, should Shane Beamer had the nuts right now to go ahead and make a change at defensive coordinator? If you got some nads about you before, since you already had a defensive lineman fucking quit today, before you lose recruits and some other guys hit the transfer portal, how about take a set of nuts and look for the past 3 years and say your defensive coordinator sucks, bro? You've been ranked at least against the run or the pass in 120s for 3 freaking years straight. How about some nuts on that? Because if not, you're probably going to have the rest of this team quit.
I mean, Sam Pittman made the decision. He cut loose of that offensive coordinator that he hired. He said, "Hey, it's either somebody's got to go. It's not going to be me."
You think that there's maybe a set where it was like Pittman did that just so he could be like, I'm in control here. That's kind of the thing that he's got. And I'm disgusted by the offense, and I'm going to show you that I can make changes, trying to maybe save his ass for later on, that kind of thing.
I think that might be a desperation move by him too, because I think he may be squarely on the hot seat, where I think Beamer's like maybe, just starting to edge onto it a little bit.
Well, look, the only way I think Beamer gets fired is if they found out he broke his foot off in some underage coochie. That's how he broke his foot. That's about the only way he's getting fired at the end of the season. So
he might got an underage daughter that would be willing to tell a lie for some money.
No, maybe he was hitting some prostitutes like Larry Eustace at Iowa State a long time ago. Maybe there's some of that.
No. Just forget I said that. I support him. I fully do.
Of course. No, I'm just saying that's the only way he's going to get fired. Is if something like, I'm not saying that it's doing that. Don't come at me and get in my mentions and say that I was doing that. Send your hate tweets to @RobSounds. Oh, no, hate tweets go to @Hall_Kale. I get all the love tweets. Jackpot gets the hate tweets.
The hell with that.
Yeah.
Well, Jackpot, that would lead me into my third and final question. Sam Pittman just fired his offensive coordinator. Sam Pittman's on the hot seat. Okay. Where's Dal Loggins from? Where did he play his football, and where was he coaching? Is this where we may even lose our offensive coordinator at the end of the year?
I don't know. It could be.
I wonder if Sam Pittman is parading those big ass titties over there to Shane Beamer. He wants to be the O-line coach. He was pretty good at that at Georgia. Why not come in and Fix the Gamecock offensive line. Strut that ass with them big Triple D tits there, Pittman. Bring them on over here and fix the Gamecock line.
I would definitely say that that's a definite possibility because just judging from that guy's NFL track record, he's definitely a journeyman. Now, he was a journeyman in the NFL because he wasn't successful and he kept getting fired from jobs. So
yeah.
But he was also on some shit jobs with Chicago Bears and the Jets.
Yeah,
hey,
that's kind of fair.
The NFL,
hey,
you don't actually control your
Hey,
roster.
the Jets beat the Eagles a couple of weeks ago.
But I'm saying that the NFL, you don't get to control your roster. There's no such thing as recruiting as a coach.
No.
You get whatever the owners give you.
No.
But anyway, hey,
I
love you guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
I know
hey,
y'all guys wanna
I
make
didn't
your
get
pick.
I didn't get a message from Mama. Mama Tori said she needed me to help her with something. I don't know what it is. Not that it's something scandalous, for God's sake, but whatever it is that she needs, tell her she can hit me
Is
at
it
Twitter.
something
Rob
mischievous?
Soundgood. No, I don't know, but she
Yeah,
said she needed something. I don't know what it is, but tell her I didn't get her message. Whatever it
It's
is, I'll
all
help
good.
her. She's got to message me. All right.
What are you up to over
That's
there,
right.
Rob?
Hey, and
Whatever.
everybody, don't forget to hit that thumbs up down here for these
Thank you,
guys. They
guys.
work hard
Thank you
every
very
week. They
much.
bring great shows. But hit that thumbs up, donate to the channel, and we'll holler at you guys later.
I may stop into your channel. It depends on how Friday night goes. We'll see how things go. I might stop in Friday night a little bit on your show.
Yeah. Hey, as a reminder of that, yeah, I need you and Jackpot to come in because everyone else that tries to help me make my Callaway's picks, they're terrible. I mean,
By the way, shout out to Mike Muse, owner of Callaway's Bar and Grill, who went 0-11 last week.
Oh,
How the
God.
fuck-
Somebody did worse than me?
I talked to him yesterday. I was like, Mike, how in the fuck did you go 0-11? You actually suited up and was an offensive lineman for the Gamecocks back in the Sparky Woods era. And you would have been better off throwing darts, shooting ping pong balls out of your ass onto teams and done a better job.
He did worse than me. Now my cousin Craig actually got 6 right.
Yeah, that was pretty shitty.
Hey, Rob, tell Mike Muse when I get there to Callaway's with all this free promotions I give him on Friday nights for doing my picks live on my channel, I at least want 12 wings and a cold beer.
We'll figure out something. All right. Hey, I appreciate you, buddy.
All right, buddy. Y'all have a good evening, and I'll keep listening, and I want to see who you guys pick.
All right. We're going to pick our games really quick here, and then we'll bring in Rob has an SEC bias who's been waiting patiently, sitting there in his apartment looking like the Unabomber. We're going to bring him in a moment. Let's pick our teams here. As I don't want Mama Jackpot over there to be like, what the fuck are you doing? You do football all the time. We're on vacation. We don't need that. We got to get these picks in.
She's just getting some laundry done up.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. All right. First game, Jackpot. Oklahoma's at Kansas. I'll pick first. We know what comes from Kansas, right, Jackpot?
Yep. Sunshine, sunflowers, and sons of bitches.
Yeah, I'm taking Oklahoma -10. They're going to thump Kansas.
Yeah, I wasn't real impressed with Oklahoma last week. That was not a great win at home over UCF. I think Kansas will be fired up for this one. I'm going to lay my money with Jayhawks.
All right. Next one is Georgia and Florida in Jacksonville. Georgia is a 14.5-point dog to the Florida Gators. There are a shit ton of people that are their favorite. I'm sorry. There are a shit ton of people that are jumping on that Florida bandwagon, Jackpot, including there are some Georgia fans that are saying, you know what? I don't know. Me personally, I think Florida's a shit show. And I think that what Georgia does really well is what Florida can't stop. And that is what Kentucky did to beat them, where they're just going to run the ball at them over and over and over and over and over and over again. I think Georgia will cover.
I disagree with that. I think Florida. I think they make a game out of this one somehow, and take it into the fourth quarter. I think they're in this game start to finish. I like the dogs to probably win it by 10. I see like a 31-20 final score, but 34-20, maybe even that little hook might get me over the hump there. But go on ahead and give me Sunbelt Billy.
I got 38-10 Georgia, and Kirby Smart's pissed because they scored a touchdown.
Florida's better than that.
He's gonna make them run the stairs. Oregon at Utah. Oregon is a 6.5-point favorite. I'm taking the Utes, Jackpot. The Utes at home. They're always a disciplined team, and I think that they may lose this game, but I like them with the 6.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them too. The Utes are always a bet on team for me. And Georgia. I mean, I think they definitely have the coaching advantage. Dan Lanning's kind of made some kind of questionable decisions, especially in that Washington game. Kind of cost him a little bit. Here, he may make some more against the Utes. So give me the home team to cover.
All right, the next matchup is Ohio State at Wisconsin. Wisconsin is a 14.5-point underdog at home to Ohio State. Ohio State is it's man. This game is really tough for me, but I'm going to take Ohio State. I'm not completely sold on Wisconsin. I'm going to take the Buckeyes to cover.
I'm not either, but this is also Wisconsin's a tough team to have to play after you just had kind of a battle with Penn State. Two really physical teams, 2 weeks in a row, kind of a classic flat spot. A road game. Give me Luke Fickell cover all day long. I don't think he wins, but I think he covers.
Oregon State and Arizona. Arizona looked good for a little bit last week. Oregon State 3.5-point favorite as they head on the road to Arizona. I'm going to take the Beeve, Jackpot.
Who did Arizona look good against?
It was it Oregon? I can't remember. Arizona, I'll tell you right now.
Was it Washington?
Washington. That's right. Arizona. Yeah. They look good against somebody. I know they look good. And everybody was talking about, it was, they played on the third. No, that was, damn it. When was it? I can't remember.
I don't know. I'm going to take Arizona. They're playing
No. There you go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They're playing at home. I think they got something to prove. Give me Arizona.
All right, next one is my mouse is acting stupid. I'm going to take Oregon State. Tennessee at Kentucky. This one's the easiest pick on the board. Kentucky cannot play against Tennessee even when they have generational teams. Give me Tennessee to cover. I don't even have to. I mean, that's the easiest bet on the whole book there.
Yeah, that too. And I mean, I think Tennessee's front seven will shut down Kentucky. I don't think they'll totally shut down the Kentucky run game, but I think they're going to greatly slow it down. And Kentucky can't. They're one-dimensional. They can't throw the ball. So, yeah, I mean, I think Joe Milton's the better of two shitty quarterbacks. So give me the least shitty quarterback.
What a way to look at that, Jackpot. Next matchup, Marshall. I get where you're going.
Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
I got you, buddy. Marshall at Coastal. When Jackpot sent me this game, I was like, okay. Coastal is getting 4 points at home. They're no longer the bad boys from Conway with the mullets. No, sir, they're not. And it hurts me to do this, but I'll take the Thundering Herd -4.
Yeah, I want to take the Thundering Herd as well.
All right, West Virginia at UCF. UCF is giving up 7. Old Sweater Vests looked good last week, Jackpot.
They are. So UCF's favored by 7 in this game?
Yes, sir. At home.
Virginia Tech's been very Jekyll and not Virginia Tech. West Virginia's been very Jekyll and Hyde this year. Didn't look real great against Oklahoma State, but I think they go on the road to the bounce house and I think they make a game of this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna take them to cover here.
UCF hasn't won a Big 12 game, Jackpot. Will this be their first Big 12 win?
They got to win one sometime, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. I'll take you know what? I'm gonna take the couch burners in the 7 points. UCF will pull it out late. Clemson at NC State. You know what? I took shit for some people about this when I tweeted the other day that there's going to be some soccer moms and some teenagers that are upset that their rerun of Dawson's Creek and Supernatural are going to be kicked off so that we can have a shitty game between two shitty ACC teams in the middle of the day on a Saturday. They're going to be bitching, where's my Supernatural rerun? This is bullshit. Why do I have to watch this team in this orange and this fucking idiot coach that they've got on the sideline for NC State? This is ridiculous. Why do I bring back Supernatural? Bring back Dawson's Creek. Fuck both of these teams. I'll take Clemson to cover by 10. The wife says
I'm not betting on Clemson. I'm not betting on Clemson for anything. I mean, you don't bet on teams that are playing like shit. I'm taking NC State. I think they're coming off a bye week. They look bad against Duke, but I think they're going to bounce back.
I took West Virginia. Jackpot took UCF there, Lisa. Lisa's asking who we took because apparently Lisa.
No, I took West Virginia.
Oh, well, we both took West Virginia. Sorry. Lisa keeps track of it, I guess. South Carolina at Texas A&M. Gamecocks are
trying to cheat.
Who, me? No, you fill out your own form.
She's trying to cheat. Why does she want to know all this?
Oh, I don't know. She just keeps track of it. I think she's got like one of those big spreadsheets at her house with like cutouts of our faces. Rob's here, Kale's there.
You don't have anything if you're using my picks. So this has been my worst year of football picks, period.
You're not Mike Muse. You're not 0-11. You didn't pull a Muse.
I about damn near did.
All right, South Carolina at A&M. South Carolina is a 14-point.
Sneeze. I got that one wrong too.
You know, when I look at this game, Jackpot, I want to give South Carolina a chance to go in there and cover. And it looks like this is one of those games where everything is pointing to Texas A&M is going to mop the floor with them. But, you know, when I look at Texas A&M, what the fuck have they done that makes
That's
me think?
my thing. I mean, what is there to – why would you think Texas A&M is going to blow out anybody?
Yeah.
I mean, they can't move the ball.
Right.
I mean, defensively, I guess they're pretty good. But
right.
I mean, if South Carolina has one strength on either side of the ball, I guess it would be their ability to move the ball if they can get some blocking, which is probably very unlikely to happen. Yeah, I don't know. Why don't you go with some option pitches? Why don't you go with some shit to get the ball out of your quarterback's hands faster? If you don't have, I don't know. I'm not a coach. I mean, I'll just shut up. But
no, yeah, what you're saying makes a lot of sense there, Jackpot. I agree with you. I mean, there's when we look though at their schedule here, though, here's what you got. They beat New Mexico State by 42. They lost by 15 to Miami. They beat up on Louisiana Monroe. They did beat Auburn 27-10. Lost to Arkansas by 12. Lost to Alabama by 6. Lost to Tennessee by 7. So they're coming in on like a two-game losing streak here. They need a win bad. Maybe that's where they're going to go. I don't know, but I don't see anything that makes – I guess they halfway played well against Alabama. They were able to stop the run a little bit. Maybe that's what people are thinking.
Yeah. It looked like shit against Miami.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm going to go with the safe bet here and go with old Jimbo cover.
You know what? I'm gonna take Jimbo. It's simply because the offensive line with South Carolina and your defense, You guys have had a school record put up against you every single week, with the exception of the Furman game. There's been a different school record or a season record broken every single game. So who's going to be the Texas A&M star this week that'll be the SEC Player of the Week? That's kind of what South Carolina has been doing here. When they have the awards banquet at the end of the year, it'll be all South Carolina highlights. That's what it's going to end up being for the defensive side anyway. The shitter this week, jackpot, Arkansas State at Louisiana Monroe. Well, my God. What a shit game, jackpot. Which way are you going there?
What's the line?
Louisiana Monroe is a 2-point favorite.
I kind of like Arkansas State. Butch Jones got that team moving the ball a little bit. Louisiana Monroe under Terry Bowden, they're kind of a Jekyll and Hyde team. If you follow any of that stuff, which I doubt that you do. They're a shithole. But yeah, I'll take Butch Jones. Arkansas State.
I'm gonna go with Louisiana Monroe -2 because both are shit.
The Warhawks.
Why not? All right. Let's see here. I gotta verify this. What the hell? Let's try again. Why these things are like this? Just verifies that I'm human. What is all this nonsense?
I don't know. I can't stand it. I click all the motorcycles and it tells me to go click some more motorcycles.
Yay! Your response has been recorded. There you go. All right. So let's welcome to the program. Rob has an SEC bias as Jackpot heads into the other room. Thank you for waiting. What do you have for the program this evening?
I'll wait for Jackpot to get back mainly because it's regarding Carolina. But in the meantime, we can just talk about the Clemson game if you want. I didn't really hear you give your take on it fully. On
the Miami shithole loss or the fact that Dave Ward's a cunt? Which one would you like me to talk about?
Well, give me the Miami shithole loss, and then give me how bad you think you're going to lose to Notre Dame.
Miami is like that game. They went into that game, and you're thinking they have to win this game, right? When I stop and think about it, though, it's like, you know what? It's not like they've been really good against anyone this year. I mean, they probably blew their load against Florida State. It's kind of what happened. And I don't know if they've ever really recovered from it, in my opinion. Just a thought. But if you're going to lay like that, Jackpot, let's look at them jugs.
Yeah.
No, but
comfy.
No, I'm just saying. It's like when I look at that, though,
comfortable.
They don't impress me, man. It's just the way that it is. So.
Yeah. Well, so what I was waiting for Jackpot because we got some bad news for the Gamecocks. Xavier McLeod just left the program. From what I was seeing is he wanted to be redshirted, and the coaches wouldn't let him redshirt, so he just freaking didn't go to Missouri and then left overnight.
I don't know if he quit. Was he dismissed from the program?
No, he quit. Yeah, he quit on the boys.
What a douche.
Right? I mean, over a red shirt. With how thin we are at D-line.
He was probably planning on hitting the transfer portal anyway. If he was that concerned about a damn red shirt.
I just think it's ridiculous what it's gotten to. People just leave for any fucking reason. I mean, clearly, if they didn't want to redshirt him, they wanted to play him this year. I mean, is he pissed off?
I mean, people get butt hurt very easily nowadays over anything. I was in the Wawa over here, a couple streets over, yesterday morning, and there was a girl. I guess she was getting ready to go on her break, and still she hadn't gone on smoke break yet. And I guess the little guy who was running the little food station there told her to wash her hands. And she's like, "Why am I wash my hands for when I'm just fixing to go out and smoke a cigarette?" She's like, "Why are you coming at me like that?" This was like where I could hear this going on. Says, "I'm just going to walk on out then. I'll see y'all later." Because I come here to work. I don't come here for this. And I'm like, just wash your fucking hands. I mean, what's the fucking big deal? I mean, just sometimes you have to put up with people's shit, and just to work a job. And she's probably getting paid way more than that job's worth. But anyway, yeah, people just, and then she just walked out and quit. I mean, people like right in front of me. People just get butthurt over anything nowadays. You got to be real careful, but at the same time, you can't do that because that's no way to run your program.
Exactly.
I mean, we're not.
Well, and I don't
put in the comment section of that Twitter post I was reading about that kid, and this was from an account that had a lot of followers. I got a lot of followers. It wasn't a fake account that she heard. She heard he didn't want to travel to Missouri because it was too far and it was too cold.
Yeah, I'll show you what. I'll read you what
that
I
doesn't make
what I
any
saw.
sense. So hell, all you got to do is pick up your iPhone and look at the weather there, and you would see that it was warmer in Columbia, Missouri, than it was actually in Columbia, South Carolina, Saturday.
Here's
Hold on, stop for a second. This might be the funniest comment that we've had in the history of the program for the comment section. Kale, Brock says, Kale, draw me like one of those French girls.
What?
That's the line from Kate Winslet in Titanic, what she told DiCaprio. Draw me like one of those French girls. God damn it, Brock. You savage. All right, go ahead and read your tweet about
yeah, here's from this is from his dad, and apologies if it's broken English. I mean, I'm gonna just read it direct. He says he came there to win. He don't like losing. He wanted the red shirt to get another year of eligibility, and they said no shot. He refused to go to Missouri. If he did, he wouldn't be able to redshirt, but he's okay. He was, I don't even know what that says. He was the best move. He moving on to the next program, Gamecocks for life.
What? Okay.
I don't get that.
Just because you traveled to Missouri doesn't mean.
Yeah, they were saying apparently if he traveled, he was going to lose the opportunity to redshirt.
How though? Don't you have to play
go out
a
on the
game?
field?
Well, they were probably he was involved in the game plan, which I think, does he not want to play? Like, is that what it is?
Sounds like a fucking bitch to me.
People won't play. Like, I don't get that at all.
Well,
people leave because they don't get enough play
anyway.
time. People leave because they are getting play time now. It doesn't make any sense.
He had some kind of issues anyway. Wasn't he kind of somewhat involved with that Upshaw kid and the other one that got kicked off the team?
I'm not sure. I know Anthony Rose he left the program. I think it was just those three. It was the Rames, which I think Rames is still like a part of the team. I think he'll come back eventually. But that Anthony Rose guy was the other one I think you're thinking of.
Yeah, it sounds like that just sounds like a bunch of crap to me. That really doesn't sound like him. And right? I know when you lose somebody, this is not like one of the instances where I said, oh, well, Marshawn Lloyd was soft anyway. We didn't want him, blah, blah. This really doesn't sound like a great situation. Somebody you really want to proceed forward with, in my opinion.
Well, no. And like I said, I think I've been commenting it. I know it's dark times now, but in the words of Coach Prime, Beamer's going to keep some receipts for this next year.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, it's some dark time. It's not like we've been out here getting blown out 48 to nothing. I mean, you went to Missouri. We played. I mean, it was a red hot team. South Carolina didn't have a good game plan. They kicked for it, and even later into the third and into the fourth quarter, they were still within striking distance. If they could have found some way to muster up some points. He made some dumb decisions there.
There's the field goals, man. The 4th and 1 field goals.
4th and 1 field goals and putting points, leaving points on the table where he possibly could have scored some. I mean, who knows? They wouldn't have won the game. The final score would have looked a little better, I think. The Tennessee thing, it is what it was. I don't think that was a good I don't think South Carolina was in a good position to win that game at any rate. The Florida thing, I mean, you lost at home by 2 points in a back and forth shootout game. That was,
down to the wire.
You competed with Georgia. You punched them in the mouth. You gave that one your best damn shot. You just couldn't do anything in the second half. Just not strong and physical enough to keep up with them. But, it's not like I don't.
Well, and that's what's insane is that the games have been this close with such a piss poor performance from the O-line. Like, I just imagine a season where we can actually block free running.
I'm not trying to make it sound like, oh, it's okay. It's okay because we kept them somewhat close. It's not okay, but it's not total collapse. We're not like this is not like Georgia Tech getting blown out by 4 touchdowns by Bowling Green.
Well, and it doesn't hurt. Every other SEC team, starts out with a fucking Central Michigan or someone. We just get thrown straight into the gauntlet straight away, and I guess that's what you asked for.
Tough schedule, lack of depth. You sound like a Tennessee fan.
I don't think so. But moving on, I wanted to talk about the
schedule.
Exactly.
If you want a good laugh, go over there and turn the page over to their schedule.
Exactly. I mean, their first 5 games were just chicken shit. But
I was watching old Sports Talk Jay's channel this evening, and he was talking about the Kentucky people being mad, and he said, they started off 5-0, and they normally do this a lot. He's like, if you guys taking a look at their first 5 games, Ball State, Akron, Eastern Kentucky, and I was thinking to myself, though, with Sports Talk Jay, I'm like, buddy, take a look at y'all's schedule to start the season out. I mean, it was kind of akin to the same thing. I mean, yeah, you had Florida in there, but the rest of it, hot dog water.
Yeah. Well, and I wanted to talk about the Texas A&M game a little bit too.
Okay.
And this was going on with kind of what we were talking about with how, Carolina's had some close games. Sure. Texas A&M doesn't impress me. Even if we lose, I'm betting South Carolina this week. I kind of looked into their stats this week because I wanted to see what we were up against. I don't know if y'all knew Connor Wegman's out.
He's out for the year.
Yeah, well, Max Johnson, he has been less than impressive coming in. He's played, 7 games, 50% completion percentage, doesn't even have 1,000 yards. Their leading rusher has 380 yards. I get we have some defensive problems, but I just don't see how they come in and light us up and blow us out by 14. I get, it's a noon game at that. The crowd's not going to be in it like they would be normally. I just think I'm leaning South Carolina this week. I know y'all kind of had y'all's pick going to A&M, but
I don't know. This kind of, in a weird way, this reminds me of in a weird way, it reminds me of that 2005 matchup or 2015 matchup with South Carolina. Went to A&M and we lost a string of games, and
is that with the Perry Orth?
Went in there with old Perry Orth.
Oh yeah, the Orthquake.
Threw for like 350 yards that day, and I don't know. I think we lost like 42-35 or something like that. I mean,
it was a good game.
Kept it within striking distance. They were just like 1 touchdown ahead of us the entire time.
I remember Orth. I'm telling you, Orth wasn't bad. Orth was probably the best quarterback we had since Thompson, since Rattler came. I think Orth was the best.
He wasn't bad.
No, he really wasn't for a walk-on. But, Rob, who y'all play this week?
NC State.
At home?
On the road.
At NC State's home.
NC State's home.
Y'all got that. Y'all got that. I think Will Shipley has like 87 yards, but 3 touchdowns. just an absolutely ugly stat line, and y'all control the lines of scrimmage. You win 21-17. NC State covers.
Why not? I mean, at this point, you're at a point where it's like, all right, whatever. That's where I am with this team. They need to like have some fucking pride, man. That's about where
Do you
I'm
want
at.
Vizina?
I don't know. I mean, I want to win some games, man.
What are we gonna do there?
I don't know how that's going to work out for us, man. Win some games. I don't give a shit who starts at quarterback. The season's not going to be what we had it for anyway. I mean, I think that, I was under the illusion that it was going to be different, but it's just not.
Your illusion was delusion.
Yeah.
I think this year looks worse for y'all, man. Y'all lose a lot of players.
Well, here's the thing, Rob, has SEC bias. Doesn't it suck? And it just typical Gamecock luck that the year that they happen to be falling the fuck apart, that we can't really do the old point and laugh routine because we blow ass even worse.
That's how it goes, man. That's exactly how it goes. Just like being on top for years to going to freaking 3 wins while they win national championships. It's sickening. It really is. Who sent you that?
I made it. Jackpot, I'm going to make you, for your next stream, that's going to be I'm going to make your own cover art for you.
That'll be the thumbnail.
I'm going to make
like one of those French girls.
I'm gonna make your I'm gonna make that the next YouTube thumb for your next or ours.
That's
either way.
I ain't gay. That's super duper gay.
No, that's super hot. What are you talking about? You're just laying there like, deal with me, bitches. All right. Well, do you have anything else that you want to go over, sir?
No, y'all take care. Have a good night. Hey,
for like 45.
Actually, I did have one more question.
Sure.
Yeah, did Jackpot Jr. come down with you to Florida?
No.
Okay. Did you go with the Mrs. Jackpot though?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know if it was like a business or vacation trip.
Make
sure you get some.
I don't have any chips to put up here.
Hey.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no offense, Jackpot, but I don't think Jackpot's coming down there for a chip convention. This is a tater chip convention. That would be cool, though. I'd go to that. Like, test out flavors and shit. Why not?
Jackpot, next gas station you stop at, ticket number 13. Slam it. Y'all take care.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night. Elijah says, caption that picture, Jackpot watching Spencer Rattler run for his life yet again. Seriously, I feel bad for him going against that A&M front seven. Well. Twister Rooster wants to know if you have any more toilet paper videos. No, just that one.
Do I have any more toilet paper videos?
Yeah. Toilet paper on the...
Where? Oh, for real?
Wait, what?
They were out shopping earlier, and she said they saw that woman again.
What, did she have different toilet paper, or was it the same? And did your wife go in for a better look? These are things we need to know.
I don't think she went in for a better look. She said she had sequins covering her nipples this time. Did she have the toilet paper on? She didn't look down south. I guess she couldn't stomach the bottom.
Holy shit, Jackpot. Well, anyway. All right, so I think we've had a good show, Jackpot. Follow along there. Let's thank our super chats. Super J there, $4.99 twice. Sir Ugga, $5. Chris, $4.99. A Typical Gump, $20. And Huffer Billy Paul, $4.99.
Yeah, we haven't had a $2,000 single donation for the month yet. But we do appreciate that.
We appreciate all of them. Good point, Big Marty Ross. Where is Bluegrass Sports Media? If they win against Tennessee, jackpot. Bluegrass Sports Media,
he'll be here running his mouth. Right now he's just I don't know.
He'll come so hard he'll make cum cookies on his eyebrows. All right, I shouldn't have said that, but anyway, what a great way to end the show.
Okay, then.
All right, jackpot. Hey, man, have a good time. Are you doing a show on Saturday? You're not doing a stream on Saturday, right?
No, I'm not doing well on Saturday. I'm not going to be able to.
But you will be back with us on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll be here on Sunday. I'm not doing one on Saturday though.
All right. Well, talk to you guys later on. We appreciate it, and make sure you get your picks in. Have a good night.